Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 13 happened about a week ago, but I had a lot going on, so I'm kind of behind. It kind of started off with all the ladies getting ready for ooh, let me get some water. Okay, I'm back now. I started off with Kandi and Todd talking about the trip and getting ready for the trip. And then it switched to Marlo talking to her assistant, telling her assistant about the trip and telling her assistant that she's glad that the boys is staying with her sister. And she said the boys are only going to be staying with her sister for 30 days and they'll give her enough time to relax and unwind and think about the trip because she says she just want to relax and unwind and think about the trip and have about the trip. And then it switched to Kenya and Drew FaceTiming each other. And Drew had a little face mask on while she was FaceTiming. And they were talking about the party that Sheree had and all of the rules that Sonya had set into play. And she was saying she didn't know why Sonya was so stressing that it was a couples trip. And then Kenya said, "Well, she hope it ain't no drama. She just hope everything come out right." And she told Drew. She said, "Drew, don't tell anybody, but I'm thinking about bringing one of my cousins. My cousins with me." She said, "Oh, you thinking about bringing somebody?" She said, "Yeah, but don't tell nobody." And Drew said, "Well, now I ain't gonna tell nobody." And then it switched to the next scene where Drew and Ralph were talking, and when Drew and Ralph were talking, and they were talking about why he changed his mind on adopting Josiah. And he said, we already talked about it. I already told you about, after I talked to his father, I decided, I decided not to adopt him because after I talked to him. And she was saying, but you agree. He said, but Drew, we already talked about this. He said, Drew, I thought we were gonna talk about the trip and we were gonna have fun. So he kind of changed the subject on Drew. And she said, "Oh yeah, Sonya was saying about this about the trip and that about the trip." And so after that, he got to telling Drew that she looked good, and then he got to feeling on Drew's hair and stuff. And she was saying, "Yeah, yeah, okay, Ralph." And then it switched to the next scene, and the next scene was Sonya at her house, getting ready for her training coach to come over. And she said her training coach is a friend of theirs, and he's also her sister's husband. And so she was saying she was training the kids for kids doing the kids push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. And after the kids did their little exercise, Sonya got to talking to a trainer, and he said that you're gonna be in good shape to go on the trip. Good shape. She said, "That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm good for the trip." And then she got to talking to her husband Ross. And then Ross said, "Well, did you invite the girls?" She said, "Yeah, I invite the girls." He said, "Do you think it's gonna be any drama?" She said, "Well, I laid down the ground rules. I told them that they can't happen. They can't do this and they can't do that. So I don't think it's gonna be no drama." Ross said, "I hope not." And then it switched to the next scene where Sonya was getting up at 5:30 in the morning, getting ready, and then she had all her bags ready. Her and her husband. She said, "Well, Ross, you got to be responsible for the passports." And then the next thing you know, they went to pick up Marlo from her house. And then it was like Marlo and I think it was like Sheree and I think it was like Sheree and I think it was like Sheree and I think it was Sheree and Drew. They got in a bus to get no Sheree and no I think it was I think it was Drew and Kenya got on the bus separately, and then I think it was Sheree and 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 somebody. I think it was Sheree I think it was Sheree, Marlo, and Sonia all on the same bus together. And like I said, Drew and Kenny was on the bus together, and then Kandi and Todd came, and then they all got on a small bus, and then they all got on a big bus. They all got on a big bus to go to the airport, and they went to the airport. And after they went to the airport, they arrived. The next day, they arrived. They arrived in Jamaica, and once they arrived in Jamaica, they went to the hotel, and the hostess told them that they were gonna have to ride a go-kart. They were gonna have to ride a go-kart to their rooms, and so everybody got ready to go in the go-kart, and everybody was falling behind one another. Then everybody noticed that, where's Kenya? Where's Kenya's go-kart? Because Kenya rode in the go-kart by herself with her driver, and everybody noticed that Kenya had stopped and made a U-turn, and then she talked to this young man, and Kenya asked the young man, did he work there? He said, no, he's on vacation there. He's on vacation there too. And so Kenya got his phone number. He gave Kenya his phone number, and then they all went to the room. And they all went to the room, and then after they went to the room, everybody said, "Ooh, Kenya!" Everybody said, "Ooh, Sonia did a good job." And then Drew said, "Ooh," and then Kenya said, "Ooh, yeah, she did a great job." And then Drew said, "Yeah, much better than what she did for the party." And Sheree said, "Yeah, much better than the party. That party, she had that cold chicken and all that kind of stuff." And then Sonia said, "Well, y'all can go check out the room and see what rooms y'all want." And then Sonya said, "Y'all gotta be nice to the host if y'all want to get the best room." And then Drew chimed in and said, "Well, I've been nice to you, Sonya. I've been nice to you, Rose. I've been nice to you." And then she would look at me. She, "Ooh, that's a nice room I got. It's a nice room." She said, "Yeah, Drew, that's why you got that room, because you've been nice to me. I've been trying to be forgiving to you, Drew. I'm gonna try to be forgiving." So they all got in their room and they all settled in. And then the next scene is when I think they got ready to go to lunch or dinner or something like that, and so they were all talking about how they were all talking about how they how they enjoyed the trip so far, and how they liked the night. And then they had a dinner, and then they were talking at the dinner, and then Sheree kind of asked Sheree kind of asked Ralph that she heard he was writing a book. And Ralph said, "Yeah, he was writing a book." And she said, "What's the book about?" And then Drew chimed in and said, "Well, the book is about co-parenting." And they say, "Well, Drew, have you read the book?" Drew said, "No, I haven't read the book. I don't know nothing about the book." And they say, "Ralph, you ain't gonna let Drew read the book, see the book." He said, "No, I can't let her see it yet, but I'm gonna let her see it later, but I can't let her see it right now." And then so and then so and then so that's when Drew said, "Yeah, what it is, Ralph was supposed to adopt Josiah. He said he's going to adopt him, but then he changed his mind." And then Ralph said, "Well, the reason why I changed my mind was because after I talked to Josiah's biological father, I decided to change my mind and stuff." And then Marlo chimed in and say, "I was a foster kid. I was a foster child, and by me being a foster child, being a foster home, I felt abandoned. You shouldn't have did that to Drew and her son. That's gonna make Drew's son feel abandoned." And then she said, "You were wrong for that." He said, "But he said, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to help Josiah navigate to the fact that he has two daddies now, and I'm just a stepdad. And he has, and then she kept on going, and then Kandi chimed in and said, Marlo, why you going so hard on Ralph? Why you doing Ralph like that?" She said, you gave your nephews away you gave your what you kicked your nephews out and gave away your sister. That's different. That's not the same thing, Ken. That's not the same thing. Candy said, well, yes, it is. When it got too tough, he said, well, Candy, she said, well, Candy, you taking care of a whole family. You taking care of Mama Joyce and Todd and stuff like that, and stuff. And Candy said, well, yeah, I did take in one of my nephews, but I didn't throw, but I didn't throw it away like that. And then they showed flashbacks, and when she kept talking about Candy took care of Mama Joyce, and they showed Mama Joyce, and they talking about, yeah, you married. She talking about, yeah, you married a broke man, a man that blew up your budget. She said, you going after my husband too, Marlo? That's where I draw the line. When you go after my family, you go after my husband and my mama. She said, Todd had his own money when he met me, and then Marlo throw it up in his face. Yeah. I can't remember what season it was. I don't know if it was season 9, 10, 11, or 12. But she's talking about, yeah, we went to whatever season it was when they went to Japan. So, yeah, when you went to Japan, behind the scenes, Todd was saying you was a country bumpkin. You was a country bumpkin. Todd said, I ain't never said that. And then Kandi chimed in and said, no, I know Todd didn't say that because Todd didn't have time to do that because Todd was a producer on Atlanta back then. So he didn't have time to do with us. And anyway, I didn't even talk to Todd to the last night of the thing, and we was kind of trying to go on over some production scenes and stuff like that. And then we got to talking, and then we were just talking, and then I gave him my number, he gave me the number, and after that, you don't know what you talking about. And then Todd chimed in and said, Marlo, you don't want me to tell the truth of what went on behind the scenes. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. He said, you don't want me to tell you how you got in this group. You got in this group because you bought your way in this group. Nobody wanted to talk to you. Nobody wanted to be friends with you. Nobody wanted to film with you. And then she got all funny and looking all crazy. Nah. And Kandi said in her confessional, if he did call me a country bumpkin, he showed like this country bumpkin and he married this country bumpkin. And then they kept on going back and forth and arguing. And then Marlo said, Kandi, you just known in Atlanta anyway. Just known in Atlanta. Don't nobody know too much about you and stuff. And Kandi said, what? Kandi said, Blake, I'm worldwide. People know me in Japan. They be playing my songs on karaoke stuff in Japan. And she said, not just the stuff that the singing that I did with my group and stuff. What about the songs that I write? I got Grammys and awards for songs I write. And Marlo looked kind of funny. And Marlo looked kind of funny. And then the show ended. They said the ratings was for this show. I think for episode 13 was either 1,018,000. I think it was 1,000,000, either 1,018,000 or 1,000,000. I think it was 1,000,000. I think it was 1,000,000. I think it was 1,018,000 and 1,026,000. But anyway, I'm gonna put the ratings for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 13, at the end of this video. This is A. Wesley. That ain't who tested like a TI is. I am out.